talk about topic 2, which is domains of life and of viruses. So let's classify life. So biology is the study of life in microscope contained by research of philosophy of structure. Do they all look the same? Are they all living organisms different from each other? Do they share in common with each other? Convergent evolution. Yeah, so convergent evolution is something we didn't talk about in the first capsule. Is that they are related. They're not related. They're very distant, but they have similar traits. And this is a convergent evolution. All of this is only due to environmental factors. So environmental factors made these guys look very similar, but they're completely unrelated, distant organisms. But they behave, their traits and body structures are adapted to the comparable environment or ecological niche. So unrelated organism with similar traits and behavior due to comparable environments. Now, characteristic of life. Dear King Philip came over for good spaghetti. Dear King Philip came over for good spaghetti. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Honestly, you can just memorize this. I feel like it's better. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Domain, kingdom, phylum, class, family, order, genus, species. So, in domain, there is this three very important stuff, very basic stuff called eukaryote, prokaryotes, protists. Not protists, prokaryotes. Eukaryotes, prokaryotes, and archaea. Sorry, no. It's eukaryotes, bacteria, and archaea. Yeah, which is a bit weird as well. So the three domains are eukarya, bacteria, and archaea, where archaea and bacteria are prokaryotes. So there's two initial branch, archaea, prokaryotes, and in the prokaryotes branch there is archaea and bacteria. Whereas in the archaea group there is 4, I should call them kingdoms. Yes, there are 4 kingdoms called Plantae, Animalia, Protista, and Fungi. So prokaryotes are unicellular, no nucleus, no organelles. They have no nucleoid, and eukaryotes are much bigger, which we cover a lot in the 8th chapter, 8th topic. So talking about prokaryotes, they are, like I said, bacteria and archaea. They're a lot smaller compared to eukaryotes. No internal membrane. DNA is not separated from this rest of the cells. They do not have cell nucleus. They have cell walls though. They have cell walls. They both have cell walls. So bacteria cell walls are called peptidoglycan. Archaea cell walls, they have cell walls, but there's no specific name because it can differ. So they can be stuff like pathogens, decomposers, mutualists, symbiotes. So bacteria can evolve, and they have their own functions. They are the most ancient of organisms on Earth. Bacteria are most ancient. Why did I not put those details? Peptidoglycan, some cause diseases, others are beneficial composers. So yeah, some of them can cause disease. Archaea is a different kind of cell walls. Like I said, they have cell walls, but they're different in types. As a general rule, they live in extreme environments. So these are extremophiles for acids and methogens and halogens and thermal and everything. Just really extreme environments. They're a bit weird. Yeah, that's archaea. And now we're going back to the domain of eukarya, which is us. Or Animalia of eukarya. They mean true nucleus. Evolved later evidence suggests that they come from archaea group. So they could have an ancestor of archaea. For example, mitochondria was eaten by. Mitochondria is a type of prokaryotic cell. And the 3 domains, the 4 kingdoms of archaea, like I said, were these 4. So all eukaryotes contain nucleus, organelles, and mitochondria, and chloroplasts if it is a plant, and there are photosynthetic protists and the plants. Okay, chloroplasts are also in protists. Yeah, so protists also have chloroplasts. I didn't know that. So kingdom of Animalia, they are heterotrophs, meaning they are consumers. They don't have cell walls. They are motile. They move, and they're multicellular. They that's it. That's all I need to know. That's all we need to know. And plants, planteias, are autotroph, meaning they are able to produce their own food, such as sugar from photosynthesis. They are autotroph, photoautotroph, meaning they can do photosynthesis. They are primary producers, plantae, so plants, plantae. They are multicellular, and their cell wall is composed of cellulose. So fungi now, their cell wall is made out of chitin, and these are also heterotroph, so they eat. They're also consumers. They absorb food from surroundings. They are decomposers, because fungi are decomposers, because mushrooms are decomposers. And most are multicellular, but some are unicellular. So most of them are unicellular. Most of them are multicellular. Some are unicellular. I don't know what's multicellular. Yeah, so unicellular means that they're a single cell and can live, and multicellular means they are composed of many cells and it's one organism. Yeah. Have chitin in their cell wall. Decomposers. Yeah, archaea most likely come from archaea. Eukarya come from archaea. And now protista, which is the weirdest one, I think, is the kingdom of eukarya, as well, organism having a nucleus but lacking features to fit into plants or animal or fungi, so they lack in some of the features. They do have cell wall. Okay, some do. Depends on the type. Not all protistas are standardly having cell wall or not. So there are animal-like, fungal-like, plant-like protista. There are photosynthetic algae, paramecium, amobia, cellular slime molds, etc. I don't know what we need to know about this though. Now, we're talking about virus again. So virus, there are, I didn't write it here, but, oh, I did write it here. They are DNA based. They're also RNA based. They may be DNA or RNA based. We're not entirely sure how they originated, but you have a hypothesis that they either escaped or reduced from these branches of bacteria or archaea and stuff, or that the virus were the very first one. We're not sure yet. These are all hypotheses. One of these may be correct. So now talking about what science is, finally, science is the human endeavor to better understand stuff from experiments, analysis, and comparisons, analysis, synthesis, and conceptualization. The scientific method we definitely need to understand. So going from specific to general, meaning specific theory to a very general theory, specific case or what will happen, to general theory. It's called the inducing. Inducing is going toward the general inducing, and deducing is going the other way, going to the specific. From general theory, we will deduce what is the one thing that's going to happen. Then data can be quantitative. Yeah, so to reach a theory, to reach a conclusion is inducing. And I think we needed to know how hypothesis worked. Data are collected from lots of things, and data could be either quantitative or qualitative, numerical size, color, etc. So the science, all about science is asking questions. Science, methodology, framework, ask questions or answer questions. Like here. Science is all about methodology and framework, so the experiments and stuff, methods and stuff, to conclude or to reach, to ask a question, to answer a question. All is about asking and answering questions. And hypothesis must be falsifiable. Hypothesis is an educated guess, or we should say a prediction based on other general theories that is falsifiable, that is could be right or wrong, that means. And it has to be falsifiable because science cannot be biased by ethics. That's all that means. It cannot be biased by one's belief or those ethical questions. It cannot be because I believe in a certain religion, and because God exists, that's why a cell don't exist. Yeah, those kind of things are not being treated as science. So science has to be falsifiable. You cannot be biased by your thoughts, and you cannot be too attached to it. So the goal is to allow to reproduce, to standardize an unbiased information goal. It distinguishes science from other disciplines because of this methodology or framework of asking and answering questions. It's a process by which we do science, and how is to falsifiable, but these are not always possible to attain because humans. Yeah, because humans are falsifiable, so it's not really always able to attain, because humans can be falsified. The goal is to gather information in a way that is standardized, replicable, and unbiased. So standardized, replicable, and unbiased information, to gather information to replicate their labs and stuff, I am guessing. So there is the tentative methods of observed phenomena and based on research and knowledge. So we will be predicting. Hypothesis start off with first theory, and then prediction, and then hypothesis and then prediction, and then do the experiment, analysis data, and then if the hypothesis is rejected, we try again. It's just a loop of experimenting to see if the hypothesis is supported or not. Hypothesis must be falsifiable. Tentative explanations to observe these phenomena are based on research of knowledge and must be falsifiable. So theories are only as good as the amount of evidence supporting them. So this theory, these general theory, okay, well, these general theories that are being induced are only as good as the amount of these specific ones support these theories. So many theories like atomic, cellular, climate change, etc. will exist. Yeah, more